Hello guys, and yes, welcome to another episode of Gran Turismo 7. I'm so sorry it's been such a long time. It's been about 4 months since my last upload, but we're back again today on Gran Turismo 7 for another episode. This is Group 4 cars around Watkins Glen, the new addition to this game. There's been a couple of updates since my last upload, which was actually Assetto Corsa, so sorry about that. No Gran Turismo 7 for you guys for a very long time. But anyway, we are here today again on Gran Turismo 7 at Watkins Glen, GT4 cars. This circuit is in America if you're not familiar with it. And probably its most unique part about it is what we're coming up to now and doing that, the bus stop chicane. Yeah, you need so much confidence and determination to get through it. If you don't, well, you're stuffed. I've recently been promoted by the game up to an A class, an A-rated driver now. So I'm hoping, very recently actually. So I'm hoping that we can possibly get some better races than I did when I was at a B racing. And from what I've had so far, yeah, it's pretty good. But anyway, we're on the first lap still. We've caught up to the Spaniards quite a bit already. As you can see, the 3 drivers in front of that are already battling extremely hard. But yes, we've only got 2 turns left in the lap. We're not going to be able to make any places, so actually a pretty dull and boring first lap for us. And coming around the final turn now, you want to get on the curb, and we're across the line to finish off the first lap of the race. But we skip a little bit now, and we're halfway through the second lap of the race. There's the red Nissan GTR there, the dominant car in this race, getting a good run around the outside of the black one. The purple GTR getting a really good run. Sorry, not a really good run. A penalty there as we get shoved off the road by the GTR there. Oh, what happened there? Let's have a good look at the replay here. And so we go around the outside. You can see it's 3 wide for a little bit there. A little bit of contact getting made on the inside. The black GTR gets spurted out into our racing line. There's a little bit of gap space around the outside, but the GTR, the red one, does not like that at all. And he's going to shove us off the circuit quite simply. Dirty in my mind. I asked him what was he thinking actually after the race. He didn't answer. But yeah, we've fallen back to 8th position now. We easily could have optimised and got probably up to 5th position there, if he didn't shove us off the road. But yeah, he did. So we're not up to 5th. We're down to 8th. But yeah, we're not going to be in 8th for much longer as we give it a full send up the inside of the matte black GTR. Going down to turn 1, but he's going to get the run off the exit, a really, really good run, so hands down to him, or hands together for him, may I say, actually. He got a really good driver. He played that one smart. He played that one smart as well. He shoved us off the road. Well, he didn't shove us, he just kind of said to us, no, this is my turn, go away. You can see there, we really had to commit round there. The purple and the red GTRs up the road fighting it out, but as I was saying earlier, the GTR Skyline R35 Group 4 car is by far the most dominant car here in this race. As the matte black car goes off the road and we take 7th position, always nice and good, side by side up the road. But the G70 Genesis is actually also quite a decent car for this race. If you're wondering which car I'd advise or recommend for you to use, it'd be this thing. It's pretty easy to drive, 4-wheel drive, so you get good traction. Really hard to spin up the rear the rear wheels. I can't speak English, sorry guys. But anyway, yeah. So it's quite a good fast car. It's not big, it steers well. It's just a pretty good car all round. So I would recommend it for this race at least. But anyways, you can see the purple skyline up the road got a penalty going through the bus stop chicane. And he's going to serve it here, and we're going to go straight through him and take the position. So that's all well and good. We're up to 6th now. But anyway, we didn't manage to make up any more places in that race, so we end up staying in 6th. We gained a little bit on the Spaniard in front, but nothing much happened there. Anyway, for the second and last race of this video, it's Daily Race C. We just had Daily Race B. I forgot to mention that, sorry. I apologise. And we're in the Toyota Supra. My favourite GT3 car, probably, followed by the Beetle. And probably the most dominant car around this track this week. There's both I and the Mitsubishi Evo in front of us making a horrendous mistake before even the first sector has finished. But we do get past the Mitsubishi Evo, the Lancer Evo, and so does the Supra behind. But he doesn't quite manage to hold him off for the rest of the race, as he gets overtaken actually pretty quickly. Subaru BRZ in front. I was pretty surprised actually at the time of driving this race to see that car in front, as it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard. Literally just the Supra is when I drove this race. As we get really sideways, we just got a wheel on the grass, the right rear. It's a really easy mistake to do, as we get a little bit of oversteer, and yeah, it just goes straight off the circuit, and that's us off the road. So we've lost 2 positions there and a whole heap of time. 2 Mitsubishi Evos in front there. I was also surprised to see these things, because they're nowhere near the top of the leaderboard. I don't know what people are thinking, but it's good to see a lot of different variety in cars. So we're down to 11th now. It's a 12-lap race, no pit stop necessary, which is a shame, because I enjoy strategic races where you need a pit stop or 2. Yeah, but they only come up occasionally in Daily Race C, so that's actually a bit of a shame, I find. But anyway, we are, and it's only Group 3 pretty much in Daily Race C. Sometimes you get the Red Bull Formula cars, but they're probably even worse for me. I don't like them as much. I like slow cars. They create closer, better racing in my mind. But yeah, so maybe, hopefully, Sony, we could get some of them in the future. We could get some Goodwood classic car races revival, maybe, as Daily Race C, like pre-1970 maybe, and a PP level of under 500, I don't know. Yeah, so please. I'd like that at least. Hopefully some other people would like it. But we are now on to, I think this is, what is it, the 3rd lap of the race. We've got a lot of drivers close and packed up in front of us. The BRZ has been overtaken by the Portuguese driver, and he's got a penalty actually, so as the BRZ gets extremely sideways, we clobber the wall again. If it was in real life, this Supra would be absolutely demolished by now. But luckily it's Gran Turismo, so who cares? Kyoto driving park this is, I failed to mention earlier. And this triple chicane that we're coming up to now it's probably unique part of the track. As you can see, you need confidence going around there yet again. So all of the chicanes are the good parts of each circuit, and they all need commitment. But we've got "You Die, I Get Paid" in front now. Not the best nickname I've ever seen, but anyway, we'll push on. It just gives us an extra piece of momentum to get past him, so that we have to stop seeing his name in front of us. It's not the best name ever, probably, you know. But anyway, he gets very sideways. We're gonna go for the old switch up on him there. That's quite a nice move, if I may say so myself, which I think I'm allowed to. This is my own video, as long as it meets YouTube guidelines. But we're thinking about a little hint of a move down the inside of the BRZ, going down into turn 1. It's not going to pay off, but I wasn't really being serious. I was just poking my nose down to say I want to get past. I'm here, and yeah. But anyway, that's given him a little bit of a spur to get the hurry up, and he's all over the rear end of the red Mitsubishi Evo 10, which is in 8th position, I think that is. Yes, that is indeed the Portuguese driver in 8th position. Taz 31 in 9th, getting squeezed off there, or I think he just turned in when the Evo was there. Somebody in the wall quite high up, that driver was. So that's a shame for him. Not for us though, that's just an extra position. But Giganti Racing, or whatever, Gigant, I don't know how to pronounce it. Giganti, whatever you want, just, yeah, try your hardest. He's in front now as we skip forward. It's the 5th lap of the race this is now, and we're still stuck behind him, but not for long, as we're going to try and get around the outside, a bit of contact. He's a very aggressive driver, I learned from the whole of this race. I was going to say, is it 3 wide? You die, I get paid. Obviously, a bit of an aggressor as well. Got the Portuguese driver on the inside, the British driver, like myself, on the outside as we back off there to avoid going side by side. Through there, you can see on the throttle, it just went all the way down as we got somebody else, another Supra in the wall. What is happening today with the Supras? I might be the lead Supra by the end of this. You never know. A bit of contact with the white Mitsubishi Evo there. I'm going to give him the place back because it's a bit dirty. I don't want to be dirty, but obviously some people do, as we saw earlier. So we're going to go to the inside of this driver now. Bit sideways due to how much brake pressure we put down. But we get the move done. It's a nice, clean, fair move. And that's us up to 7th. Giganti Racing up to 6th. Well, he's stayed in 6th the whole time, so yeah, he's still in 6th. Yeah, you're aiming for about a 1 minute 33, 1 minute 32 possibly second lap time in this race. Like to have a really good lap time, or 1 minute 33 point something, I think is my record. No, I've got a 1 minute 32.5. It's not registering for some reason. It's registering about a 1 minute 33 point something. But anyway, 1 minute 32 point something is what you should really be aiming for if you're a top-notch driver, better than me. That's probably going to start you quite high up, like probably top 5 in the really high-rated lobbies. I'm probably about a tier 3 or 4 player in the lobbies. I'm not right up there with tier 1. That's pretty impressive, the drivers in there. I wouldn't be able to cope with them, quite frankly. But the drivers in this tier giving me a brilliant race. So I like this tier. I like this tier a whole lot. So we're all over. We're not going to be able to find a way past the Portuguese driver still. We've been here the whole time, as you can see. The black Subaru Impreza. What's it doing here? That's not anywhere near the top of the leaderboard. It's actually a really good car in Group 3 normally, but the Supra is the best one around Kyoto. But yeah, the Japanese circuit this is. I think it's a made up one. I'm not entirely sure though, so sorry if I get that wrong. If this is your local circuit. But we're all over Giganti Racing now, giving a little bit of a bump up the hill into the chicane, and after the going into the hairpin and after the chicane, the triple chicane. But he defends, he protects his position expertly. That's a textbook piece of manoeuvring and driving from the Portuguese driver. So, I mean, well done, mate. That's a brilliant piece of driving. Hands down to you. I couldn't do any better. I don't think. I couldn't think of any better way of defending that one. I had no chance of getting past him at all. So well done. But so shout out to you actually. So the Frenchman, another Frenchman in 5th position. So 5th position is up for grabs in this race. So that's pretty exciting, isn't it, guys? Giganti Racing, as I said earlier, quite a lot earlier actually, but as you can still see, he's a very aggressive driving with his defence and his attacking manoeuvres. He tried to go around the outside at turn 1. I think I said earlier, turn 1 is not a place that you want to overtake, but that's on the inside. Around the outsides, that's stupendous. But yeah, look at him go. As the Frenchman, he's really defensive as well. But look at Giganti Racing, he's really aggressive, making contact with him going down into the chicane. We're gonna get underneath him. Oh, try to at least. He cuts us off. Lots and lots of contact getting made there. Gonna try and go up the inside. Bit of contact there as he sends it up the inside of the Subaru. So I'm starting to think, is he another dirty driver? So in both races now, we've been stuck right behind quite a dirty-ish driver. Yeah. I don't know if you'd really call him dirty or just really aggressive, but he's definitely aggressive. This is a Subaru. Talk about aggressive! He's got himself a half-second penalty. He drives it up the inside. Look at him on the exit of this turn. What is that man doing? He's a madman. What is he doing? I have no idea. But anyway, that is us up into 6th eventually, and luckily the white Mitsubishi Evo gets past the Subaru as well, so that we don't have a moron behind us, quite frankly. But they're out of the question now, so they're 1.5 seconds behind. But the Portuguese driver, I was going to say, is not, but he's made a mistake at turn 1. Exiting turn 1, he's got on the grass just slightly. That's dragged him off into the wall, and he's gone it up. Goodbye, mate. That's a 5th position for us. And we're going to skip ahead here to the final lap of the race. You die, I get paid. Is right behind us now. He's about half a second behind us going into the hairpin, but he's going to gain us massively as we make a massive mistake. Well, actually a really little mistake, which costs us so much time. We put 2 wheels on the grass. That's going to really upset the car's balance, and we're going to be dragged off the circuit. Nearly. That could have been extremely bad on the final lap. I'd just go in a corner and cry, quite frankly. But yeah, we're going to come around the final turn now. We're very cautious on the last few turns, but that is going to be a 5th position for Comedy Gaming. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.